Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the podcast For the Love of Drama. I am your host, Fiona. Today, I am continuing talking briefly about Alec Guinness, and I decided to concentrate on Star Wars. Now, he acted in Star Wars, the first film that was ever made in that line, directed by George Lucas. And this film came out in 1977 and just took the world by storm. I am not really a science fiction fan, but I actually have seen the film. I saw the film when it first came out in 1977 at the age of 7 with my mum, dad, and brother. We were in Weymouth in Dorset on a day out, and I can remember going in there and sitting on these seats, and I can remember sitting on the folded up seat right at the top. I can't imagine Mum would have let me sit on there for too long, but I can remember that. Can't remember much more. I can remember it was very noisy and I didn't like it. And I think I can remember one scene which Alec Guinness wasn't in actually, because he'd gone off to find Darth Vader to duel with him, is the scene that Han Solo, Princess Leia, and Luke Skywalker are on the Death Star trying to escape, and they all jump down a garbage chute and end up in the garbage. Now, security realised that they were in there, and all of a sudden the walls start to close in. I think that's something that's always stuck with me. And I think my favourite characters in the film are actually C3PO and R2D2. And the actors that played them, I have no idea who they were, but actually there was a lot of chemistry between them, and you wouldn't think that, would you? A chemistry between two droids. That C3PO was very impatient all the time, but actually he was very scared. He was very human-like, actually. So I don't know how they decided to portray him like that, but I think he was the main one that brought the humour into the film. Apart from Han Solo, of course, he was another one that made it quite funny. And it's a great film. I watched it last night, watched all the bits where Obi-Wan Kenobi, Ben Kenobi, comes into it. And there's Alec Guinness speaking in his usual defined tones, clear, concise. You can hear every word. Just a brilliant, amazing actor. This might sound weird to say, but he first appears in the film about half an hour in. And I don't know why. I was just checking you watch it online and you could see how far the film is progressing. You can see the minutes underneath. So he is in it, in fact, just for 1 hour. The film is 2 hours and 5 minutes long from start to the final credits. And he is in it for 1 hour because he actually perishes half an hour before the end of the film. I think that's quite clever, really. I wonder if he sort of stipulated and said to the director, I don't want to be in it for any more than an hour. Because actually it wasn't his favourite role by any means. In fact, when he first read the script, apparently he thought the dialogue was a bit silly. And I think when he accepted the role, he actually put his own input into it. And I think he was very helpful to cast and crew. I mean, I wouldn't know, but things I have done research on points to the fact that he was a proper gentleman, kind, um, a real sharp sense of humour, and quite, I should imagine, quite a sharp tongue, and maybe impatient at times. Because these actors, us actors, we are not a stereotype. You get loud ones, you get quiet ones, and shy ones. Because I never saw myself as a natural actor, really, because I'm quite quiet. Certainly before, a few years ago, I was quite quiet and shy, but you come out of yourself, but you're still the same sort of thoughtful, quietish person that you always were. And I think a lot of people expect actors to swan into the room, take over the whole conversation and go, darling, hello, so great to see you, and that sort of thing. But that is not the case. I mean, of course, there are actors like that, but there are also plenty of thoughtful, shy actors. And I think Alec Guinness was one of the latter. But a brilliant actor, nevertheless. If you get a chance, try and look at some of his films. Some of them are on YouTube. Others will be on other things like Amazon Prime, I think. But I think I am going to persevere with the Star Wars. Though I have a confession to make. When I watched it last night, I got to the bit where Alec Guinness was killed off. And I think I watched it for a few more minutes and fell fast asleep. So woke up at the end. But I will watch it again because it is a classic, iconic film. And I think that's all for now. I think I am going to wish you a lovely weekend. Take care of yourselves. And I will do some more research over the weekend. I am trying to build up a stock of little videos, or ideas certainly, so I can go to the next one when I've finished recording the last video. And I'm working on different ideas, so it probably, the videos will probably develop into something maybe that I'll set my own mark to. Maybe a few more original things. I'll come up with my own stuff as time goes on, I think. Anyway, well, I'm going to be working on it anyway. But what I will say is the more I look up on the internet, it's all fascinating. And things, with drama, you look up a certain actor and then you come across different films that they've done, and things seem to tie in together with other actors, or something that's come up in conversation a few days ago when I'm talking with my friends. I'm thinking, oh, that's what they were talking about. So it's all relevant, it's fascinating, and if you are into drama, I hope you find it just a little bit interesting as well. But take care, guys. Have a brilliant weekend. Look after yourselves, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.